Hi, first graders. Today in math, we are going to talk about story problems some more. By the end of our time today, you should be able to show adding in a story problem using pictures. You should be able to show how we can use pictures to subtract using story problems. And you should also be able to write number sentences for adding and subtracting that go with the number stories. Okay, so first we're going to start out and I'm going to talk about what I see on the playground. So when I'm looking out my window right now, I can even show you, there's kids out there. They're at childcare. There are, let's see, there are 6 boys on the playground. So I'm going to write the number 6. Okay. And there are 5 girls. How many girls? 5. Now, if I read a story problem that said there are 6 boys on the playground and there were 5 girls on the playground, how many kids are there on the playground altogether? Like, how many children are playing on the playground? How could we draw a picture to solve that problem? Well, how many boys would I draw? 6. I could just draw circles or I could draw stick people, something quick, because this isn't about art, right? This is about math. So I could draw 6 boys. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many girls did I see? There were 5. 1, 2. Now maybe I draw these like differently. If I was at home and I had lots of time, I would probably make them to look like boys or girls, or, put faces on them. But for right now, I'm just drawing circles to represent the boys and the girls. So I've got 6 boys, 5 girls. How many children are playing on the playground all together, boys and girls? Well, what do we do with those 2 numbers? We put them together. It's like if I have a pile of 6 cubes and a pile of 5 cubes, and I want to know how many do I have all together in both hands, we would attach them. We put those 2 numbers together to make one big number. So what would a number sentence look like now? Because I've heard the story problem. The story problem was there are 6 boys on the playground. Or let me start over. How about this? Mrs. Anderson saw 6 boys playing on the playground, and there were 5 girls playing on the playground. How many children are playing at the playground all together? That's the story problem. Here are the drawings and the numbers to help me. What would the number sentence look like to solve it? Well, I know I would use 6. Do I add or subtract? Are we adding or subtracting here? Are we putting numbers together or taking it apart? We're putting them together. So I'm going to add. Notice how I'm drawing a plus. 6 plus 5 equals, here we go. Here's the equal sign. Now here's the mystery that we're trying to figure out. What strategies could you use? Could you count all of the objects in the picture? Absolutely. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11. Or what would be more efficient? What would get me that answer more quickly? I could put 6 in my head because I know that there's 6 right here and just count 5 more. So I'd say 6, do this with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 plus 5 equals 11. Okay, so far so good. You're going to be doing this today for your work, so do your best to try to pay attention and understand what is happening. Now we are going to I'm going to tell another story problem. This time, pay careful attention because something different is going to happen. Instead of adding 2 numbers together, some things are going to be taken away. So we're going to practice subtracting with a number story. Now listen to my story carefully and then watch how I draw a picture to solve it. There were 9 birds sitting in a tree. What happened? There were 9 birds sitting in a tree. Some birds flew away. How many? Some. There were 5 birds still sitting in the tree at the end. Okay, so how many birds flew away? Well, first, let's make sure we understand that story again. I'm going to draw a picture as I retell it this time. I want you to pay careful, close attention to what I do. There were. Well, first of all, where does the story happen? In a tree. So what should I draw? I'm going to draw a tree. There's my tree. How many birds were sitting in the tree? 9 at the beginning, right? And friends, sometimes it helps me if I try to write that number sentence right away. Because what is my starting number? 9. So down here, I'm going to show 9. Some birds flew. Wait, let me slow down. I'm going to draw 9 birds. This is just my easy way to draw birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All my markers are bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you could do that, or you could draw a bird like this. That's totally up to you. I would like it if you could pause your video for a minute and get a piece of paper and a pencil. That's like awesome if you choose to do that. So you can press pause on this video, go grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and then come back. Okay, so if you have paper and a pencil, here we go. Draw your tree. Draw 9 birds in the tree. And now let's do this together. Some birds flew away, but I didn't tell you how many birds flew away. I just said some. So if I'm writing my number sentence, I would write 9 minus, because they went away. We're taking birds out of the tree. That's subtraction. But I don't know how many. So I'm going to put a little box here. I want you to think back to when we were together in the classroom and I was dropping pennies in a bucket. And sometimes I wouldn't tell you how many I was adding in, but I would tell you how many I had at the end. This is that same thing. We're trying to solve that mystery number in the middle this time. Now, after the birds flew away, there were only 5 left in the tree. So at the end of our story, the ending number is 5. So 9 minus something equals 5. This number model matches my number story, but now we need to solve it. How can we show the birds that flew away and figure out how many flew away? If you want to pause it now again, see if you can use a strategy in your picture to figure out how many birds flew away. And how are you going to show that those birds are gone? Pause your video and try it yourself. Press play when you're ready to listen to more. Okay, so now we are back to solving our story problem. There were 9 birds in the tree and some flew away, but 5 stayed in the tree. I'm going to find those 5 in the tree and circle them to show that they're still there. So let's find 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those birds stayed in the tree. If you can't see that, I can get a different marker. Maybe that would help. Okay. Oh, that's much better. There's 5 birds that stayed in the tree. That's our ending number. So how many birds flew away? Well, there were 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. How many birds had to fly away? 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I crossed them out? That shows that they flew away. And I could keep taking birds away as long as I make sure that there are still 5 in the tree. I could solve this another way. I could say 9 and count backwards because we're subtracting. 9, count back until I get to 5. So here's 9, the number line. Here's 5. I'm going to stop when I get to 5. We'll see how many hops it takes me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Or I could have said 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like a number bond. If there were 9 birds in the tree, some flew away, 5 stayed. 5 and 4 makes 9. So 4 birds flew away. Now it's your turn. In your math work today, you have a story problem that looks like this. Dylan's family has 5 fish and 3 cats. Draw a picture of the fish and the cats. So do just what we did today. Draw a picture. 5 fish, 3 cats. How many pets does Dylan's family have in all? Write the answer right there and draw your number model. Don't forget, something plus something equals something. Down here, there's more practice with another story problem, but this time you have to find out that missing middle number, just like we did it with the birds in the tree. Laura had 14 tickets. She bought an eraser. Now she only has 7 tickets left. How many tickets did she use to buy the eraser? So 14 takes them away until you only have 7 left, and that will tell you your answer. Okay. Good luck. If you need any help, I'm only a seesaw message away. Have a great day, friends. Thanks for working hard.